Grand rising, powerful beings. How's it going, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to another Rise and Prime. Welcome to another Ed Talks Daily. I got confused with Rise and Prime because I just finished up the Rise and Prime session where we was having a way to start our day with mindful movement, personal development, and so on. But I wanted to talk to you about using that full moon energy for growth, y'all. So I don't know if y'all tapped into the moon, unless you're in this world of holistic living and spirituality. What's going on, King? You probably don't know much about the moon, right? Did you know that every new moon is a great time to make a change, to change things? And guess what? Before you tap in, let me let you know. Here are a couple of things. Are these coming up right now for you? Finding balance within yourself, setting boundaries, having the difficult conversations, clearing and isolating for reflection, detaching from external stimulants, seeking out help from those who already traveled the journey, balancing your self-interest while service of others. Comment below or tap in, send me a text, let me know. Are any of these themes in your life right now? Are you mending relationships? Are you leaving relationships? Are these things happening for you? Are you trying to find balance within yourself? Are you trying to set some boundaries for your life? Are there some difficult conversations? You know you need to have them. You're not too excited about having them, but you're getting some courage right now to do it somehow. There's something that's kind of clicking for you because there is it's an evolution. So as the moon gets full, as we have this full moon, certain things happen. It enhances our energies. So whatever you are currently experiencing, you experience it tenfold. Whatever was underneath the surface that you didn't kind of want to tap into, all of a sudden, the moon says, you better tap into it. Of course, the creator God places these things to govern the day and the night. But not just the real day and night, govern the day and night of your life. You ever heard of the dark night of the soul? So the moon and the sun does not only control day and night as in the world, but it controls whether or not how you're feeling. So here's what I mean by that. Listen, tap in. Here's what I mean. When the moon are at certain points, we experience certain emotions. And right now, the moon is in Libra. So the topic has to do with finding balance within yourself. These are some subjects. These are some themes. These are some ways our energies are being moved. Having the difficult conversations. So what are some conversations you can have that would clear up your mind, clear up some space? If there's conversations outstanding, that's taking up mental real estate. And here's what I mean by that. Outstanding conversations take up mental real estate. And what that means is if you don't have those conversations are going to have you. So sometimes we think about every time we see the person, we get a little anxiety because we think about, I need to talk to them about this, but I don't have the courage yet. And because of that, guess what happens? They're taking up space in our minds because while we sitting there thinking about what we didn't do, we could have just been enjoying their presence. We could have just been enjoying our lives. But every time we see this person holding up space, every time we think about this person taking up space. So why should you do that to yourself? Why should you stop? Why should you keep letting somebody rent space in your mind when you could just have a conversation and break the contract? The contract is a con. Your mind is trying to con you out of taking action. Stop letting your mind con you. Use this moon energy. Use this full moon. Use the season of spring to sprout a new way of having your conversations or dealing with your relationships. So yesterday I had wrote on a piece of paper, right? And you could try to do this for yourself as well. I wrote on a piece of paper the limiting beliefs. I wrote on a piece of paper habits that no longer serve me. I wrote on a list of paper things I notice in my relationships that's not serving the relationship or me. And what I'm actively doing, what I did actually is I burnt the paper, right? So this is something you can do is a journal prompt. Like you might wonder, like, why should I do that? What is it gonna help? What is it gonna help me with? Simple. When you write something on paper and you burn it, you're turning into ashes. Whatever it was once was is no longer. You're telling your mind, you're telling the earth, you're telling God that, yo, I'm taking what does not serve me, I'm putting it on a piece of paper, and I'm burning that sucker. This is when you, come on, y'all. So do this. Get you a list, the habits you want to leave, right? The limiting beliefs that don't serve you, the relationships that you ought to get out of, or the relationships that you need to mend, the ways that you deal with your relationships that does not serve the relationship or the person. Write them on a piece of paper, take out some time and burn it. Right? Right? Let that burn that sucker, y'all. Burn it. And then toss it. Oh shoot. Whoa. Whoa. Try not to burn the place down. Toss it to the ground. That was dramatic, wasn't it? Well, so yeah, so you toss it away. So now what you just did, you actually cleared that energy from your space. You cleared it out. So that's the relationships. So new moon energy takes some time to be in silence, to breathe, to do the qigong. I don't know if you know that yet, or do some yoga. What that's gonna help you with is gonna help you tap in. The answers that you need is within you. Best believe it that all the answers you need is within you. However, you have to be able to tap in. So this is when detaching from external stimulants. So you might find yourself letting things go around this season, right? The things that don't serve you, the places, the people, the environments, the foods, the thoughts, the action, the behaviors. What are you going to let go? We want to let God, but we don't want to let go. That makes no sense. You have to give. You got to give up to go up. Right? You got to give up to go up, and you got to go in to grow up. You got to give up to go up. You got to go in to grow up. If you want to grow, you got to tap inside of you. So here's how you do that. You need mental clarity. We are operating most of us are operating out of cemeteries, but we're trying to build heavens within us. How can heaven be fueled by cemeteries? It's not going to work. So here's what I mean. I'm not saying, oh man, what is this guy talking about? I'm saying when you eat dead foods into your body, you're not creating heaven within you. You're creating a graveyard within you. Because guess what you're taking? You're taking the dead foods and putting it in your oven. The oven of you is not for that. But guess what? Let's say you're not ready to turn yourself into, if you're not ready to turn yourself into a garden yet, here's what I want you to do. Just stop burying dead foods in the body for a little bit. Just a little bit, right? You don't have to do it forever. I'm just asking you to try this, to do it for the next 7 days. Every day you let go of something. And guess what? I want to give you the blueprint. I want to give you this. Just text me spring clean, right? I must tell you what the detox is. In fact, we're going to reset the detox for people who can usually use this. So text spring clean to this number and I'll start the detox with you. This is what I'm asking you to do. In the next 21 days, you're going to let go so you can get that clarity. Because God is trying to communicate with you, but you're too backed up. You're too fogged up. The solutions are there. Trust me. You wake up with them. At the moment where you wake up and you kind of a little bit drowsy and trying to like clear your eyes, you're trying to see clearer. This is when the clarity comes if you didn't back yourself up. The clarity comes in the rising. But dead people don't rise unless you're Jesus. So if you want to rise up with great ideas, with the solutions, I say God communicates to you in dreams and visions all the time, but it's too much noise so you just can't hear it. You know how many times that God tried to give you a little answer there, but the overthinking took over? You know how many times God put somebody right in your face that's probably this person you need to kind of link up with or engage with, but the things of the past, what you thought about the past, keeps perpetuating. Sometimes there's a blessing in disguise in our lives, but we're disguising the blessing because we're toxic. We're seeing the blessing through the lens of our pain and not seeing the blessing to the lens of what's possible for us. And sometimes if we're too backed up, we're too clogged up, we're too flogged up, we're lethargic, we have no energy, we have anxiety, We can't sit still. Our energies are all over the place. One of the major things that you can do is to let go. Let go of the fried foods. Let go of the sweet foods. Let go of the salty foods. Let go of the red meat, of the dark meat, of the flour and the bread and the dairy. I'm not asking you to let this go for life. I'm just saying try it for a week. Try doing progressively one day after another, letting something go. And then the next week, which is the week we're in with the tribe, you're going to let God. This is when you said, I'm going to make my temple pure, clean for a little bit, and then now let me tap into the divine. When you clean your temple, you attract disciples, is what I mean. When you clean your temple, you attract people to come to your church. When you clean your temple, you attract what you want. When you come to your temple, your manifestation power is way better. A temple that's not clean is hard to manifest. It's like a lighthouse. You are the light of the world. Your body is a temple. All of these things matter. You are the light of the world. Your body is the temple. The food that you eat is the fuel. So what you eat is called chi from the food. We want to consume live chi because we want to be lively. And to be lively, we need to take in the greens, chlorophyll. We're made of green stuff and water. We're made of green stuff and water. We're made of, at the basis of everything is chlorophyll, sunlight, and water. These are the ingredients for a human being. Chlorophyll, sunlight, water, photosynthesis. And guess what dictates what happened through photosynthesis? The movement of the sun, the movement of the moon. So when the moon moves, the sun moves, your body has a clock. Your body has a clock. Your emotions even have a clock for themselves. Here's what I mean. When you rise up, the Chinese has discovered something they call the Chinese body clock. And the Chinese body clock says that there are different parts of your organs that's operating most effectively at different parts of the day. And if you throw off the cycle of how your organs are being operated and being used, then guess what's going to happen? You're going to be off balance. And remember what I said, a theme of the new moon is to find balance within yourself. It's hard to find balance if you're not aligning with the moon and the sun. And what I mean by that is you have to be able to work your body clock. Work that body clock. Work that body clock. Work that body clock. Here's what I mean. Okay, so I don't remember the body clock 100% in my head. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Google it. And guess what? You can do it too. Chinese body clock. All right. So that pops up as an image. And I'm going to tell you when different parts of your organs are being used according to the elements. So that way you can treat your body with more respect. Show some respect on it. Put some respect on your body. Come on. Who's that guy that said that? Yo, put some respect on your body. You trying to put respect on your name. Why are you not putting respect on your body? Let's do it, y'all. So here's the Chinese body clock. So did you know that you have a clock? Did you know that? It's called the body clock. And it has to do with the chi. So it has to do with the cycle of the organs. So between 3 and 5 a.m., guess what's operating, guys, ladies and gents? The lungs. This is when the lungs are at their peak energy. This is when it's ideal time to exercise, 3 to 5, when the powerful people rise, when the determined people, when the holistic lifestyles get up. The lung is operating from 3 to 5. That's when it's great to meditate. You got that prana, like Ralph says, soak in that good ass prana, right? Take some of that prana at 3 to 5. Now, here's why. The trees are giving up the best oxygen between 3 and 5 o'clock. Like legit. You go outside, bro. Soak in that prana. All you got to do is get to the trees. Like, they're for free. Chlorophyll, water, sunlight. So 3 to 5 a.m., do some breathing exercises. Now, 5 to 7 a.m., your large intestine is going to be operating, y'all. So you're going to get a little temptation to get to the restroom. Now, if you don't wake up around these times, guess what? The cycles are still happening, but you're not up with the cycles. You're just still sleeping, which I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doing that. You don't have to wake up this early, but just know it. So 5 to 7, large intestine is working. You should be going to the bathroom. If you are not going to the bathroom in the rising, it means that you are clogged up. Your colon has 10 to 12 pounds of undigested food, so it's backed up. So you definitely need to detox. Okay? So by then you should be using the restroom. So what should you be doing? You should be drinking a lot of water. Lemon and cucumber is how you alkalize the water. Right when you wake up, your body's probably going to be a little bit more acidic. You're probably going to lose a lot of the water because you sweat. So you got to replenish the sweat and you got to drink yourself some water. So now at 5 to 7 a.m., that's the large intestine. So 9 to 11 a.m., your spleen is working. So the stomach, right, in charge of receiving food. So now before it gets fermented, the chi is being propelled. The spleen is like, yo, man, this person is about to ready to eat. So between 9 and 11, if you do the intermittent fasting closer to 11, you probably eat your first meal, preferably fruits. So now 11 to 1, the heart. The heart represents peacefulness and it needs joy. So without that, sadness and 11 to 1 p.m., some people like, man, mid through the day, what are you going to do? How are you going to take care of your heart? And then throughout the day, you got the small intestine, 1 to 3, the bladder, 3 to 5, pericardium, 7 to 9. Around 7 to 9, the protector of the heart, the pericardium is the layer on your heart. It's protecting your heart around 7 to 9. Most likely, we make the most life-altering decisions called overindulgence between 7 and 9 p.m. Why is that? At this point, we're like, yo, where's the love in my life? Right? At this point, we're like, yo, I'm back from work. Is there all to it? Is it all to it? Is this what life is all about? So between 7 to 9, a love practice is needed. A winding down practice is needed. Self-care practice. We have the tribe. We close our day with breathing and we talk about book. We do a nighttime routine. So we got that down. So guess what? Between 7 and 9, you have a chance of, this is when you go out to dinner with your boo. This is when you, guess what? That's the clock of your body. So 9 to 11, the triple burner is working. So that's why they say eat your food before 9. The triple burner in Chinese medicine is called 3 ovens. The oven of the mind, the heart center, circulatory, and the digestive center. So around this time, all of these things are like, yo, let's get you ready to sleep. So they're trying to like, yo, calm down. But if your body's trying to calm down, but then you're putting up foods in the oven, guess what? What's going to happen? The oven is still running. Now you can't fall asleep. Or if you do fall asleep, you won't get these dreams that's going to get you the answers. So stick with me here, right? 9 to 11 p.m. triple burner, the 3 ovens. You're talking about breath, thought, and body. So at this point, no, if you're overthinking, oh man, what am I going to do? Stimulate, think about what she said, they did. Well, all the things you didn't do in the day, that oven is burning up. If your heart is stagnated, you didn't move, there's no blood flow, or your heart is broken, this oven is down. Now, if you ate a whole bunch of food, now this oven is working. That's why you're so heated. That's why you're so hot. And that's why the insomnia is coming right about. So I know that was a lot. And I'm like, yo, that was something, right? So your body has a clock, but you got to be in tune with the clock. Stop being out of tune with your clock, right? Not just the body have a clock, but God has it in his infinite wisdom to have the moon cause shifts in our lives to get us to tap into these emotions. It enhances what you've experienced on a daily basis. It says, let's peak it so that way this person can take action. So what is it you need to take action on, y'all? I'm not making this podcast to give you information. I'm trying to get to your transformation. I want you to take action. I want after you leave this message, after you leave this thing, you like, yo, I'm ready to start, yo. I'm not playing around. The holistic motivator, sign me up. What detox you got? Yo, what's the community? I want you to take action on your health. Because guess what? I'm not holding anything back from you. I just go all out now every day. Why? Because time is limited. There's a purpose. You are a light in the world. And if you're going to be here, shine, baby. So remember I said the triple heater is working during this time, 7 to 9. Why would you want to put dead foods in your triple heater? Are you, what they call this, a coroner? Are you a coroner or a gardener? Do you burn up bodies or do you plant seeds? What's your decision going to be? Right? Do you burn bodies after their death or do you plant seeds to cultivate your wellness? Do you want to create heaven within yourself or do you want to burn up like hell? Do you want to have heartburn or do you want to be peaceful like water? Because that's what you do when you drink water. You put fire down. But when you eat heavy foods, you're putting fire in the body. Heat, excessive heat is not good because that's too much yang energy. When you're trying to slow down, you can't sleep. Now you can't sleep, your body clock goes off. Now you wake up late. Now your routine is off. It's a cascading effect. They didn't tell you this. They say, okay, work on your mindset. But they didn't tell you that you can transform your life by just being attentive to your routine. Being attentive to the movement of the sun, the movement of the moon, being attentive to what you're doing, what's working within your body, and having a certain ritual in the rising, in the evening, throughout the day. That's the secret. The secret is conscious living. The secret is conscious living. It's structuring your holistic lifestyle. That's all it is. And all of a sudden, you start to attract things. You become the type of person that does things. So a lot of people are just trying to make shifts to get a result. Don't be that person. It doesn't work. Shifting to get a result is shifting to get disappointment. Because a result doesn't last with a simple shift. The duration of a result that lasts has to do with the steps you take every day. So start with a detox for that clarity, y'all. Start with a detox. Let go for a week, and then let's grow for the next week, and then restructure your lifestyle the third week after that. So you do a week where you simply let go. You replace your breakfast and lunch. And then you start by replacing your breakfast with a juice. And you let go of bread and butter. And then the next day you replace breakfast and lunch. Then you let go of something else. The next day you replace breakfast and dinner. Then you let go of something else. Next day you replace breakfast and dinner. And you drinks and you do that again. Up until 7 days, you let go of most of your vices are gone. You're like, yo, I let go all my vices in a week. How did I do that? You did it a simple step each day. And then the next week, what you do is you don't eat anything. We're consuming liquids, we're consuming juice, and we're consuming tea. That's what we're doing this week, right? We're on week 2. You just drink that. That's going to clean you out so much. By that time, you're like, yo, clarity. You're going to start to get ideas. So we'll work on the journal prompts. We're tapping into the emotions. We're really looking at our lives. The detox is not just a detox. A detox is a lifestyle shift. I'm letting go these old ways of being. I'm letting go these habits. I'm letting go these beliefs. I'm letting go these foods. I'm letting go of all the I've been carrying in my body, in my mind, in my relationships. So that's what we're doing. As a tribe, this whole week, all we're doing is drinking juice. If you're in the tribe, tap in, make sure you're not eating, right? And if you want to get this detox, just text me. Text Spring Clean to this number, right? Now, we're on week 2, which means you won't be on track. But what I'll do is I'll get you on a list where I can send you the thing you could do it by yourself. But, the tribe, of course, they get all of that. They get the guidance, the motivation. They get the support because we're a community. We're holistic lifestylers, right? The Holistic Lifestyle Tribe is a community I have where we grow together. We learn all this stuff. We implement them. We take action on these things. We do the affirmations. We change our mind by priming activities. If you have a rising routine, your life is going to change. So let me tell you this. You can ask me, Ed, what can I do to change my life? I'm going to tell you this one thing. Wake up early. Do a rising routine. And do it every day. Your life is going to transform. Somebody say, well, that's it? That's it, y'all. I promise you, that is it. You wake up in the rising. You do a couple of things, a ritual. right? You first you tap into what's happening. Some people are not in touch with their emotions at all. Like they hide away from them. They don't feel them. They don't embrace them. They don't release them. It's just, I don't even know what's happening within me because I don't even want to see it. We don't want to be that person because emotions ignored is not emotions released. It's emotion stagnated. Energy stagnated is energy that becomes disease. So don't accumulate these toxins in your body. Don't accumulate things you're thinking about. Don't take people's words and put them in your mind. Keep it as mental real estate. That's gonna clog you up. That's gonna cause you to shit. Your shoulders get tight. Your chest, you start dropping. Everything gets tight. So let's release. Let's let go. Let's grow, y'all. So with that being said, text sprinkling to 561-510-9605. Let's get y'all on this detox. Like I said, I'm growing all in now because people need this. People need to tap into this, their higher selves. This is the age of Aquarius, they call it. So for the next 2,000 years, you're gonna see leaders like me popping up. Because it's like love. Let's all be loving and growing and let's be on this lifestyle because this is the type of person. I'm an Aquarius, right? But anyways, that's behind the point. What I'm saying is the moon, the air, the sun, everything works together. It's not separate. Everything works together. So tap in, do the spring cleaning, and learn these principles. So I'm gonna give you the major themes that this new moon has brought about, and tap in with the detox, tap in with a breathing technique, tap in with meditation, mindfulness, journaling, and it will help you with all of these. Here's what it is. Most people right now are trying to find balance within themselves. They're trying to set more boundaries. They're looking to have these difficult conversations. They're trying to clear and isolate for reflection because they're like, man, I'm going somewhere. So they even might seek out help from people who's traveled the journey, even though they probably haven't before, even though they thought they could do it alone before. So, and also, these people are not, let me balance my interests versus how I help other people. So this is what's going on. This is how we're going to grow. So really tap into these things and put a lot of water, put a lot of liquids in your system. Get on this detox. All right. So with that being said, I want to thank y'all for watching. My name is Edward Giles, aka the Holistic Motivator. Once again, you can tap into this every single rising at 9 a.m. And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, trust me, this is only like a portion of it. It's like there's like so much, a plethora, if I want to use one of those big words, a plethora of content on my website. Just go to edtalksdaily.com to subscribe and text sprinkling to that number. Not only will you get that detox, but you will get you're gonna get access to my text community. So I'll keep you on track with the Rise and Prime sessions, with my podcast and everything. So tap in. Appreciate you, Reed, for tapping in. With that being said, stay blessed, stay in your power. I will see you in the rising, or I will talk to you via text message one day. Stay powerful. Peace.